Welcome back to another video. This is going to be the re-upload of tips to get rich. Literally my third time trying to upload again. By the way, this new Roblox cursor thingy is like, I don't like it. It's weird. So anyways, let's get to the tips. Tip number one is don't know what cars to buy, because when you start it gives you a fiat multiplier, which is pretty garbage and no one wants to use it. So you could just get promo codes, and the promo codes will give you like 100,000, 160,000. The best car you could get is either the BMW i8 or the Acura NSX or the Cybertruck. Those three are really good. And don't mind mine, because I took this, then this, then like this, and yeah, it was a complete mess when I started grinding. So yeah, after you get the i8, immediately start grinding for the Tesla Roadster. Yes, I know I put it down in my video of why the Tesla Roadster is not worth it. After Tesla Roadster, grind for the Koenigsegg Rain, the Koenigsegg Regera, whatever you want to call it. Then after the Rain, you could do pretty much whatever you want, because all these are pretty good except for the LaFerrari. Yeah, knowing what cars to use. Tip number two is knowing what cars to buy. Oh, it's new. Know what cars to buy, because like, no, I just did that. Tip number two is your grinding route, because there are a lot of grinding routes in this game, assumably for people. But me, I only use one grinding route, and I use the highway grinding route, which is the best grinding route there is. So yeah, I take this way, I take it in reverse. I don't know why, it's just like a superstition. It's very useful to know what grinding route you're taking, because the more straight your grinding route is, the more cash you'll earn, and it's very useful. And also, don't do races, because races take time to like vote and all that, and a lot of people have different like preferences, so not most people do highway race, because for the newbies that are new and they see you have like one of these cars, they'll get scared and they'll do drag race, because drag race is the easiest race in the game and it's completely lame. Yeah. Tip number three is don't buy limiteds if you're still grinding for the Regera. Why? Like, because limiteds, they're usually expensive. The cheapest limited was like $1 million, and it was like a long time ago. And it's really not worth it to buy a limited like that, because if you started grinding and then you buy a limited, the grind is going to take longer, and then you start complaining, why is my grind taking so long? And it's because you bought the limited. So if you're a Stradman fan, because this is the new limited, Stradman 6x6, I'd understand you're a Stradman super fan or something like that, but don't buy if you want to collect cars, just wait, because I committed the same mistake when I had the 250. It's complete garbage. So yeah. Tip number three is what was tip number? No, it's already on number three. Tip number four is knowing what cars to use for races, because yes, races are part of getting rich, like me, because I have like 55 million. And races do give you half decent stuff. So knowing what cars you use for races, sorry for my frame rate drop. So races all have their different best cars. For example, for drag race, there's the Regera, that's the best drag car in the game. And then there is the SSC Tuatara, or like Game Pass cars, whatever. If you're a buyer, it's the absolute. For if you're not a buyer like me, these to Atara. Those cars are the best for highway and not the best for drag. So you gotta know what cars to use in order to, yeah. Tip number 3, and it's not really related to grinding, sort of is, but don't buy Game Pass cars, don't buy the Hypercar Game Pass cars when you're just starting the game, because it completely ruins the fun of the game, because part of the fun of the game is grinding and doing all that, and buying the Game Pass cars instantly just gets you the best car in the game, which is really not that fun. Even worse, you don't know how to use it, and if you don't know how to use the car, there's really no point of really buying it. For example, with this Bugatti Santagliecci, it was a limited. I bought it with my own cash, and I eventually learned how to use it, or the Regera, which was very slippery, and before the chassis update was a super slippery car, and I eventually learned how to control it, but now with the chassis update, it's like super easy to control and stuff like that. But yeah, super easy to control now. So yeah, don't buy a Game Pass cars. If you want to buy a Game Pass car and you want to start grinding, buy the SVJ, because it is around the same speed as a Devo. Yeah, it's around the same speed as a Devo, and it's like a really good grinding car. It doesn't earn as much, obviously. Well, it kind of does. It's basically a Devo for 600 Robux, and it also comes with the Corvette C8, which is another good one, but it has gears. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Also, don't spend your money. Another follow-up on don't spend your money. Houses are completely not worth it unless you're like a RP, unless you like to roleplay, unless you're a roleplay addict. There's really no point of buying houses. So yeah, it's pretty good. That's it for this video, I guess. Leave a like, drop a sub for more videos, and that's it. See ya.